Hi, welcome to our first ever Quiver Live. I'm your host, Amanda Fox, and I'm excited to be here with the whole Quiver Vision team to talk about the revamped Ambassador program, our subscription model, and augmented reality Earth Day lessons. I mean, you can't have Earth without AR, right? It's just, cue the laughter. Before we get started, we're going to each take a moment to introduce ourselves and share our role with Quiver. I'm Amanda Fox, the Education Director and contact for all things Ambassador. I'm also the founder of Meta Inc. Publishing, a publishing company dedicated to XR enhanced books, online courses, and all of our AR content is powered by our partner, Quiver Vision. Julian?
Hello, I'm Julian Lucer. I'm the CTO and a founder at Quiver Vision. My background is in AR research, user interaction, and software engineering. I'm the head developer, so I'm responsible for the app development and putting together the content in the app that our creative team creates.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nishchay. Hello, my name is Nishchay. I'm at the head of global operations at Quiver. So I manage day-to-day operations with clients, storyboard development, social media, and talking to clients, testing their requirements. That's me.
Hello, I'm Nils Redden. I'm the CEO here at Quiver Vision. I work very closely with Nishchay. We're based in the Auckland office. Julian's based out in Christchurch in the South Island of New Zealand. I generally oversee most of the things that go on here at Quiver on its day-to-day basis, basically.
All right. Nishchay, could you tell us a little bit for those who are watching who are not familiar with Quiver, what Quiver is, and just how Quiver works?
Sure. So basically, Quiver is a mobile application, an augmented reality coloring mobile app that creates engaging and immersive coloring experiences. So basically, you can choose from a range of fun educational coloring pages our website has, download them, print them, color them, and scan them through our Quiver app. You would see 3D animated objects appear, and you can interact with them and unlock an exciting world. Quiver solutions are basically not only creative, interactive, but the technology and coloring combined helps develop a special emotional attachment for kids. We have we have combination of free and pages available on our website, and maybe Nels can talk about it more.
Like Nishchay's walkthrough, we combine the physical with the digital. We have a range of applications, but part of this Quiver Live session will be talking about what's coming up in the pipeline. The main thing we kind of focus on is the user experience. So ensuring that there's a really highly engaging and interactive experience that goes beyond that initial wow factor is kind of what separates our products from any other products that are available on the market. And we're always trying to improve and develop new and exciting features for our users.
For those who are watching who don't understand what Quiver is, Quiver, like they said, they have the coloring pages that is augmented reality. And I know we can sit up and talk about this all we want. Why don't we show a video so they can really see what Quiver is? The video I'm about to show is a sea turtle video, and we have a wonderful Earth Day lesson plan that has been developed, connected to the SDGs, or the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We'll talk about that a little later, but here's the video. This is Quiver in action. you can find that page, that experience. The coloring pages act as a trigger. They're the physical anchor that unlocks the digital content, such as the turtle that actually swims around. And as you see, when you color the turtle, it pops up customized, just like the drawing that the child did in the video. Would you like to talk about the subscription model for Quiver and how teachers can get involved and how to get Quiver in the hands of their students?
Sure. So at the moment, we have a subscription model that's available through our app. If you subscribe, you gain access to all of our existing content, is the general way it works. Before we had the subscription model in place, the only way you could buy certain paid content was via an in-app purchase. So to stop or to help people gain more access to all of the content, we created the subscription model, whereas there's a low monthly fee and you have access to, I think, 100.
Yeah, more than 150.
Yeah, more than 150 different coloring pages for you to enjoy that are all able to print off our website. That's the current subscription model. If we want to talk about the next stage, that's the big reveal.
Big reveal.
Do we have anything else?
I'm not going to let him talk about that right now. You have to stay tuned to the end to get the big reveal. We're not going to give it all away at the beginning.
All right. So stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. So the next thing that's on the agenda is our new revamped Ambassador program. So we have a brand new Ambassador program that is coming out. Would you like to kind of talk about the tiers and what that's going to look like? The tiers and expectations?
Yep. Me again. So we're revamping our ambassador program. We've had one in the past, but it was kind of, we weren't really ready for it, and we don't think it was, didn't go the way we hoped it would. So we've revamped it. We're going to have a tiered system where the first year you will be a Quiver caterpillar, and this in the second year, so it'll be 12-month renewable if you decide to stay involved in the ambassador program. And after your first 12 months, you would then evolve into a Quiver butterfly. The general idea would be...
Tell them what the butterflies get.
Right, okay, well, if you mean as the year 3 or in year 2?
No, the year 2, the butterflies, they get the augmented.
Yes, so the ambassadors will get a bit of swag. So the first year ambassadors will get some stickers and some standard kind of Quiver t-shirts like these, maybe a bit bigger and a bit more branding. But the year 2 butterflies will have an augmented reality t-shirt.
That's right.
That's what we will be working on. We're not sure what will happen.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of the ambassador program, it's much like any ambassador program. We're looking for people who fans and users of our products. They have an intimate feeling about the way it works and how it's best used in the classrooms. And not only the classrooms, as well as I think a key aspect, and lots of the people and companies and institutions that we work with, also libraries are a very big market for us, museums as well. So anyone that has a really good feeling for how to use our product in those places, and also wants to promote it and talk to, they know how beneficial it is for them and for their students or the people they work with. And that's the general idea we're trying to get. So people that basically feel the same way that we feel about our products. We will also be asking you to help us develop new content to make sure that we're creating things that you want to see and that you think your students and your users want to see, as well as just helping us improve and make sure that our product's as good as it can be.
Dr. Harb says that accent sounds familiar. He's a Kiwi, I believe. I believe he's a Kiwi. And then he says, do I want a caterpillar badge? You do want the caterpillar badge. You just don't know it yet. And did you know that a group of caterpillars is actually called an army? So you would get to be part of the army of first-year ambassadors. And this program is going to be a little different because we're hoping to highlight educators through these Quiver Lives. Also feature them on blog posts and really start building a sense of community and curating a forum where other Quiver users can share resources, integration strategies, and just lesson plans with the rest of the Quiver world. So Kathy says, we love swag. I love swag. So definitely gonna have to get some of those t-shirts, pictures of them, and get them out on Twitter as a motivation. Stickers as well. Are the stickers going to be augmented?
They could be.
The stickers are going to be augmented as well. So,
I see Dr. Harves is a Kiwi. Is he in New Zealand? Maybe he could be one of our first guests on a future Quiver Live.
He could, and he's actually in Malaysia now. He teaches in Malaysia. But I've known Dr. Harves for a while. He is a huge advocate for XR in education, and he would be an excellent ambassador. So would Linda Edwards, who's also tuning in. She's currently making sure. Then we have Yusuf from Morocco. Oh, he's moving back to New Zealand in July. So there we have it. Yep. So the link to the ambassador program has been put there. So one of the commitments for the ambassador program is to actually use our lesson template and create 6 lessons using this template, like 6 ideas, activity plans. I don't want to say lesson plan because while we do connect it to standards, we have essential questions, we have the activity and the assessment. They're a little more loose than a lesson plan. If you're like me, you don't write lesson plans for your school, but when you start sharing your work with other educators, it's kind of nice to have a common format that you use to I guess replicate that work in other classrooms. So I am dropping a link to the presentation template in the chat. There we go. Okay, so it should have gone through. So if you're interested in checking out that template, it's been dropped. And we would love to feature your lessons and highlight your work on either a Quiver Live, through our blogs, just retweeting you on Twitter. Always make sure you use that hashtag Quiver Vision and then tag Quiver as well. So Julian, did you want to talk about up and coming features for Quiver?
Sure. So I guess the main thing that people will see in the next few months is kind of integrating a lot of stuff that we've been working on into one place. So people that sort of know Quiver will probably know Quiver Masks as a separate app that is the same sort of coloring experience that we've done in Quiver, but then it lets you put your colored masks on your face. We've also got another app, Quiver Fashion, where you can color in clothes and put those on fashion models and see them strut on the runway. And we've got some digital environments like a digital aquarium. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff that people may have seen, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that they haven't seen. And what we're going to do is kind of pull that all together into one place. So rather than having a whole bunch of different apps and experiences and bits and pieces, it'll be in one place, and that'll all be tied in with the subscription. So subscribers will get access to not only the existing Quiver content, but a whole bunch of these other cool things, like I said, that they may have seen, and also a whole lot of stuff that will be brand new as well. And
so prior to the current subscription model, they had to buy the individual coloring packs for either $1.99. So now you subscribe, you do a monthly subscription, you do it right there on your phone through your Apple ID. It's $2.50 and you have everything. So $2.50 is, I mean, I can give up my energy drink. It's not going to quite get me a Starbucks coffee because those are $5. We call $5. But I can give up my energy drink to make sure that I have access to that platform for the whole month. So great features. Having everything rolled into one app is going to be super convenient. So we talked a little bit about, I skipped ahead, the Ambassador program and the expectations. The next thing we're going to talk about is some Earth Day lessons. Unless, did you guys want to, is there anything we missed?
No, I think we can move on to the Earth Day lessons. I think it's a part of the focus. So.
Okay. So Earth Day is it's our 51st year of celebrating Earth Day. It started in 1970, and it was initially an American thing. It was a reaction to the 1969 oil spill off the coast of Santa Barbara. A Wisconsin senator had this idea that we should create a day where we celebrate conservation efforts. So 51 years later, it's a global phenomenon. It is the largest secular holiday that's celebrated in the world. And it's a beautiful example of humanity coming together to protect our planet. So appropriately so, we have created Earth Day lesson plans, and there's a new Earth Day page coming out. And another beautiful initiative that's centered around conservation and sustainability is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. There's 17 goals, and these goals are all kind of broken into 3 tiers. The first tier, there's 4 goals that address environmental concerns, there's societal concerns, and there's economic concerns. So we're focusing primarily on the environmental concerns, and we've taken pre-existing coloring pages that have been in the Quiver catalog and aligned them to SDGs and created activities to help students think through the lens of conservation and environmentalism. So, like I said earlier, you can't have Earth without AR. I meant it. And our the lessons that we have are the new coloring page, which would be a generic page where they get to pick any goal and then color in the coloring page and put all the information that they can and color symbols that they can that represent a goal that they're researching. Each page would be a generic page where they get to pick any goal and then color in the coloring page and put all the information that they can and color symbols that they can that represent a goal that they're researching. The second page will get to any goal and then color in. Before the problem, they start from the outside of the crust. They define who's the problem. They go into this, and as they gradually go to the center, they answer questions like, what is the environmental issue and what SDG does it relate to? What is the impact of that? And then the core is solving that problem. So this year's theme is restoring the Earth. So each one of these has a lesson that guides students to come up with a solution or some sort of environmental consciousness around conservation and solutions to these environmental issues. Portrait of an activist. This is great for a literature classroom or a history classroom where they research and they do a biography of I specifically am gearing the lesson toward teen activists such as Greta Thunberg. And there's an article with 9 different that are highlighted. That is one of the resources we provide. They write the biography in their own words. They color a self-portrait in with this coloring page. And as it's activated, they record their self-portrait and they read the biography that they've written. So most of the assessment pieces are videos that are created and recorded within the app. Water pollution is for K through 2. It's looking at life underwater and through the perspective and through the lens of a dolphin. So they actually have to write a story about pollution through the perspective of the dolphin. The sea turtle is life below water. That one has to do more with plastics, and that one hits close to home. Well, Australia and you guys are and New Zealand, you guys are surrounded by water. So I come from Savannah, Georgia, which is a coastal town, And we have a big sea turtle population. And our turtles, we've always gotten nets and stuff around them, protecting them. Then the butterfly. The butterfly, I think, is the epitome of a lesson for Quiver, because Quiver's logo is a butterfly. But also it showcases the metamorphosis of the butterfly, the whole life cycle. And then the butterfly is actually, students are prompted to research pollinators and pollinators' role in society and what would happen in a world without pollinators. And it addresses loss of biodiversity. And this is important for life on land. And then the shoe, you guys have probably seen this one on Twitter. Teachers love this one. The shoe, this is my carbon footprint. So they're looking at sustainability efforts and how their carbon footprint relates to climate action and what they can do to reduce their carbon footprint. And then the last one I've actually had my students do this week. They had to use the atlas, the Earth, and they had to map out all 6 different environmental issues. They had to identify different continents where these issues were occurring and then pose a potential solution. I'm going to play a quick video of one of my students making a video of her drawing and narrating her work.
Our world has lots of issues, and Earth Day is here to make our environment a better and happier place. Some of the problems that we face are oil drilling, acid rain, mining, wildfires, plastic, and global warming. Right here in the USA and mainly in South America is where we suffer from deforestation the most. Also, wildfires we suffer mainly from in Australia, which is right here. Next, in Africa, we suffer from mining a lot, and this is very bad for our environment. Our oceans are also very infested and filled with plastic.
We're at Quiver Vision on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. We have an active Facebook community page with over, I think, 4,000 followers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So would you like to big reveal now, Nils?
Am I going to do the honors? Yeah. So due to popular demand, I guess, would be the way I would introduce it. We are currently working on a subscription model for schools, essentially. So it'll be a web-based platform which will allow schools and educators, and not just schools, like I said before, libraries and museums and other places like that, but it'll allow them to create a subscription model which will give you access to a number of licenses which you can then deploy via your IT teams across a classroom of iPads via the one subscription. The idea with this is to allow teachers and educators to have a greater access to all of our content and an easy way for them to deploy the content to the iPads and tablets that all of their students are using, so that it makes it easier for them to give their students access to all of the content.
So currently they have to go through Apple. And then, so to buy a classroom license, they would have to do volume purchasing through Apple's education program. So essentially you're eliminating that.
So that's not going to change. That at the moment, the Quiver education app that's what they do, basically. They buy, or they can do it with Quiver as well, except the in-app purchase, the paid content within Quiver, they still can't use that through the volume purchase program. So the Quiver education will still be an option. it's just the idea of giving them, there's only a limited amount of content in Quiver education, so they'll have more access to more content through Quiver and through the school subscription that'll be not necessarily cutting Apple out of the picture, but the way they will subscribe it won't be through the App Store, it'll be through our website.
So to answer Kathy's question, if she buy right now in the Quiver platform, if you buy one single subscription, it is only for one device. It's for that one Apple ID. But this future subscription model goes to the web. So they go to quivervision.com, they buy a license or seats for like 30 kids, and then they get, and then they issue the logins to the students.
Yes, that's correct.
So in the future, Kathy, you would actually be able to one subscription or a classroom subscription would be good for 30 seats.
That's right. I mean, it won't, not necessarily limited to 30. There might be tiered pricing models and stuff like that. But slowly moving on this. Yeah, but to start with, that's the general idea. So there will be one subscription that will allow you to get access for your entire classroom easy, rather than having to run around and log in with the same Apple ID, which I'm sure happens.
So that's exactly what educators have been asking for. You guys have listened. We can't thank you enough. Getting the subscription on different classroom iPads is a bit of a pain. So going through the web and being able to create usernames and hand those to students. So what if I have 3 classes that I teach, and I have 30 students in each class? But I give out 30 seats to one of my classes. Can I take those seats back and then give them to another class, or do those seats go and stay with the kids?
Those seats are allocated, so you need
30 more.
3 lots of the license. Yes, there'll be 1 license per classroom. We are looking at whether there would be a school-wide. If that becomes a situation where one school has 10 different classrooms, there may be some economies of scale that would come into effect there, where there'd be a school license that has, up to 200 seats or something like that. All of that, those finer details are kind of being ironed out at the moment. But yeah, the general answer is once those seats are allocated, those first 30 seats, those are with those 30 students. And then if you had another class of 30, you would need to subscribe for another license.
Beautiful. Okay. So do you have a cost structure in mind yet, or is the big reveal not include that?
No, I think at this stage we were looking at around, it's not 100% certain, and we welcome feedback, but we're looking at approximately $30 per month, with an annual subscription that would come in. Yeah, again, if you subscribe rather than monthly, but for an annual one, I think the number where did we fall on that? About $100. Yeah, it would be $100 for a year. No, not a year. No, $200 for a year. Yeah.
$200 per year. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So $360 a year for 30 seats, or $200. That's the monthly cost. So you save $160 by doing an annual subscription, something like that.
Yeah, something around.
Okay. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you guys would like to add? Do we have any other questions from those of you who are watching the Quiver live? I'm going to again drop the information in the banner. Email us to come on the show if you're a Quiver using educator, and if you've been on the Quiver bandwagon. It's just improving. There's some exciting new features coming out. We'd love to hear what you've done with it in the past. We'd love to feature how you've really taken Quiver and made it your own in your classroom. That's what makes it a global community thing, is when we all share how we use it and our successes. Linda, thank you, Linda. She said they had lots of fun for Easter with their Quiver Vision mask. You guys just released a new Easter activity as well. Or you were highlighting the Easter egg hunt page around, yeah. So you could hunt Easter eggs virtually. which was fun. Anyone else have any questions? All right. Well, it is 7:30. It's been awesome with our first Quiver Live. We plan on doing these more regularly. We are in the process of establishing a routine. So bear with us as we come up with a schedule. If you'd like to be on the show, drop us an email at education@quivervision.com. I will be fielding those, and I will be your contact for debuting on our Quiver Live. Any development questions, that's not me, so don't send those to me. That's more a Julian thing. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Nils and Shay and Julian. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, everyone.
Amanda.
Bye-bye.